I've never been able to find guitar pickups that do everything that I want them to, so I decided I'm going to try to make them. These pickups right here are the end result of that. These pickups allow me to switch between 3 different voicings, and they allow me to do it passively instead of actively. We have a voicing of vintage, which is more high-end, tighter bass, and a little less mid. We have a voicing of hot, which is a little higher output, a little more even of an EQ, a little tiny bit more mid. And then we have an overwound option, which is a lot more mids and a lot more output. And each 3 of these pickups have that option. Pickups allow you to switch between these voices in a passive network, instead of like Fishman Fluences, which use an active network. I like Fishman Fluences, but you just can't get that like true Strat sound out of an active network. There's something that's always missing from it. To make these, what I did is I sat down with a bunch of pickups that I really like, and I took them apart and I kind of looked at them and saw how they were made and analyzed them with an oscilloscope and saw exactly what their sonic fingerprint was. I took that sonic fingerprint and then I tried to recreate that sonic fingerprint by rewinding a bunch of pickups. And then I altered it based on what I didn't like about those original pickups. What I ended up with for each one of these pickups is 3 different sonic fingerprints that kind of emulated pickups that I liked, but also did things to their sound that made them a little bit better. And then I figured out how to take a tap pickup and then rewind the coil so that each one of those tapped outputs creates that sound that I liked. I'm going to play a couple sound samples for you right now just so you can A-B them and see kind of what I'm talking about. You can hear some of those examples that certain things that you play sound better in certain positions than others. The clean, I like the middle of the road option. It wasn't too muddy and it wasn't too shrill. For the John Mayer riff, I really like the sound of the vintage output. For the Hendrix riff, I like the overwound option. When I was doing these sound samples, I wasn't changing anything with the amp. I wasn't messing with the tone knob. I wasn't doing anything except for switching between the voicings on the pickups. You can always mix and match these. In position 4, you can have one in vintage, one in hot, or anything in between. The other thing I never liked about Strat pickups is that they're always at 52mm pole spacing. What that means is that at the bridge position, the strings are always over the magnet poles, but at the neck position, they're not because the strings get a little bit closer together by the time they get to the neck. You can hear there's a difference in the balance when you're looking at your high and low strings. Back in the pre-CBS days when Fender was just a new company, they used to do things like this. And really since then, they stopped doing that because it's just cheaper to make only 52mm bobbins. You can get them from some custom pickup winders like that, but it's really not as common as I think it should be. These pickups, as is, wound by me, are available in the TikTok shop now. You can also buy the bobbins, either pre-assembled or unassembled, as a kit that includes a pickup winder and everything you need to wind your own pickups. It comes with instructions. It comes with a chart to let you know like how many winds you want to put around it for certain kinds of sounds. You don't have to get anything else. Everything else is literally in the kit, including the winder, the tape, the wax, the wire, everything. If pickup winding is something you've always wanted to get into just because you think it's cool or you kind of want to make your own set of pickups like I did, then all you have to do is pick up this kit and you can just go for it. Or if you want to make your own pickup winder like I did, I'm selling the bobbins. So if you want those, you can just pick those up and wind them however you want. The taps are also in these bobbins, so you can do literally the exact same thing as I'm doing here and just revoice it to however you particularly want it. Once you have all these supplies, making other pickups becomes kind of inexpensive. You already have the winder, you already have a bunch of other stuff. All you need is more wire and more bobbins. So check out my stuff on the TikTok shop. If you like these pickups, you can order them. If you want to make them yourself, you can order that. You can get a pickup winder, you can get whatever you want. There's a lot more stuff coming, so stay tuned and follow.